finally concluded my freediving certification.
You may or may not already know this. Amed is popular for scuba diving as well as freediving. It's located in the eastern part of Bali and takes around 3 hours by motorbike to get to. I was actually just having a casual conversation with a friend in Singapore, talking about my interests and my hobbies, and then freediving came into the topic because I love freediving. I've been snorkeling here and there, and I was always wondering how all these professional snorkel guides can go so deep, can go look at corals and feel so at ease, whereas people like me or just regular people, we're only kind of just floating on the surface. Whenever I try to go deeper, I panic because either my lungs feel like it's compressing or I feel like I'm running out of air. So I was always intrigued by how these people can just duck dive down so easily and so efficiently. And so when the opportunity came last year in Phuket to take an intro to freediving, I jumped for it. Since then, I've learned a bit of tips and tricks about freediving, which has made my experience with just duck diving and snorkeling so much more relaxed. And so when my crazy friend had this idea of coming to Bali to do a freediving course together, I was like, hell yeah, I'm already in Bali and Amed is a great place to do a freediving course, why not? And so that's how we spent the last 2 days at Amed to do a freediving course with Ocean Prana. Ocean Prana was recommended by my good friend Jane from Singapore as well. It's run by Yoram. Yoram is a freediving record breaker. He has done 120 meters in depth in the no limit category.
We finally arrived in Amed after a really long drive, around 3 hours by bike from Seminyak, and checked into our villa. Can't wait to show you this villa. I would highly recommend riding a scooter to Amed or anywhere for the matter any day, because traffic with the car, it doesn't move at all and it's kind of annoying. So it can be a bit dirty sometimes with all the soot. Nothing, a pool and a shower can't help. So when we checked in to our villa, that was the first thing that I did. And that's why I'm looking a bit gross, but also a little wet. But yeah, after a little soak, we are trying to go catch the sunset. But let me show you this villa. It's really cool and it's totally private. So basically, it was a really simple 2-day course. In the morning of our first day, we had a bunch of theory lessons. Then we went on to pool work to practice our breath hold and to do some dynamic swimming. Dynamic apnea, that's what they call it, just to test our breath hold. We just finished our theory class and now we're midway in the morning, got fully equipped, and now we're heading to the pool to try out some practical. We just finished our pool practical walk, which involved static and dynamic breathing, and then paddling, and then duck diving, and learning how to rescue. So famished afterwards. I think we spent nearly 2 hours in the water. Yeah, but we just had lunch by their restaurant over here in Ocean Prana, and we've got some time now, so chilling by the beanbags and at the pool deck before going out to the open water later. I was initially a bit nervous about not being able to pass my open water test because I couldn't go past 10 meters without equalizing. But the instructor Leo was actually quite impressed at my first run. So I mean, that was all good. And then the second day, it was just me going down in the water. The key is really to like regulate your breathing, to empty your mind, because the mind, when it's wandering, when it's filled with thoughts, it actually consumes energy. And with freediving, you want to be as relaxed as possible, to consume as little energy as possible, so that your breath can last long underwater. Just came back from our second day morning dive out in the open water, and I passed 12 meters and we did some safety rescue and I passed it. So we're taking a break now and reuniting again in the afternoon after our break and after lunch, to hit the water again and to try to go up to 20 meters. I was struggling yesterday going down past 10 meters, but today I managed to do 12 meters, so I'm quite proud of that. I was initially just aiming for a 15 meter, but instructor Leo says that we're gonna try 20 meters. So looking forward to that. Meanwhile, everything's going good. No issues so far. This cat is super clingy. We have our theory test. Excuse me. He's super clingy. I like you. Okay. Yeah. We have our theory test later, so I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna study, and once this cat stops distracting me, I'll be hitting the books. So, I finally concluded my freediving certification, ADA level 2, and I passed! I've actually learned a few things, from our theory test about different categories. And there are categories like no limit, constant weight, variable weight, as well as free immersion. It's basically different techniques to go down with the rope, either with assisted weights, with non-assisted weights, with fins, without fins, things like that.
In order to pass the test, we had to be able to perform a 2-minute breath hold in static water in the swimming pool and be able to swim 20 meters deep with fins in the open water.
I think the real challenge is in equalizing. because as long as you can equalize, you can go as deep as your body can take you or your breath can take you. The second day in the open water, it consisted of like deeper dives as well as rescue techniques. So I think the scariest part, not scariest, the most challenging part, which was also because it was new to me, was the fact that we had to rescue a person who wasn't moving anymore down in the water. Because not only do you have to already like master your duck dive, master your breath hold, and be okay with diving, you now have to expend extra energy to lift this person who has had a blackout up to the surface and then do your rescue safety procedures. So for me, that was a bit nerve-wracking, but I passed. The price of the course for the 2-day course was around 290 USD. And the whole course takes around 9 a.m. to 4 or 5 p.m. depending on how big the group size is and how fast you progress.